Right. So, hello and good afternoon, everyone. Thank you again for joining our free online lesson. My name is Nabil Fikri, an application engineer from AutoCAD Systems. For today's free online lessons, I would like to share with you about the Vault Basics, which is the data management software, which is come with the product design and manufacturing collections. Right. So as most people know, so the product design and manufacturing collection comes with many types of software, such as the AutoCAD, Inventor, and so on. And one of those software which is included here is the Vault Basics. Right, it's the Vault Basics. So since the Vault Basics is part of the product design and manufacturing collection, so why not fully utilize it, including with the other software as well. So we're going to take a look at the Vault Basics. So this will be the agenda for today's. So first of all, we're going to take a look on how the Vault actually works, and we're going to take a look on how to set up the servers and set up the Vault clients. Then we're going to take a look at the Inventor setups and also doing the testing with the check-in, check-out with Inventor and AutoCAD. Right, so first of all, how it works. So the Vault is actually come with two software. One is what we call as a Vault server, and the other one is the Vault Basic. Right, so the Vault server is one that you use it or install it inside of the server, where all of the parts from the clients will be stored into one central locations. And then we have the Vault client, which is installed on the user PCs, where they can access Vault from each of their individual PC. So how this actually works, so the Vault server is actually installed on the server itself. And if you would like to take a look at this installation requirement, so you can take a look at the system requirement for the Vault server. As for the Vault client, so that one should not be a problem. So this will be the system requirement for the Vault server. So one of the important things is that you need to have a Windows server. You can use Microsoft Windows 10 or 11 if you using the Vault Basic only. So for those that use Vault Professional, they have to use the Windows server. Right, but for the Vault Basic as well, you need to have Windows 10 or 11 Professional or Enterprise. So you cannot use the Windows 10 Home because it will not be able to install the Vault client. Right? Sorry, the Vault server. But for the Vault clients, so you should be able to install anywhere, including the Windows 10 Home as well. So that is a bit on the system requirements. And another thing, if you have a problem installing the Vault server, so take a look at the window features on and off. Right? So you need to turn on some of the features for the internet settings. But I believe you can just leave it set by default. But if you do have a problems, you need to check based on this requirement here. Right, so how to go to these window features on and off. So first of all, you can go to control panel. And then go to the program. Go to the program features. And then you need to select turn window features on and off from here. And from here, you need to select on the Internet Information Service from here. So for my case, I'm using the default settings, but if you do have problems installing this Vault server, you can follow based on this selection from here. Right, so I believe we can now open up the Vault and let me show you some of the demonstration for that. Right, so I believe you should be able to see my screens. So currently we have two here, right? So currently I'm using Windows 10 Professional, so I'm able to install the vault server, which is called as the Autodesk Data Management Server. And the other one is vault client. So this one is simply just called vault basic. So this one can install on any PC, but for the server one, you need to use the server, right? So first of all, I'm going to open this one. Now I'm going to click yes. Then once you open, so it will pop up notification for you to sign in. So once you install the vault server, usually during the installation, you need to specify some of the settings such as the internet settings, and then you need to also specify the username and also password. If you leave it default, you will have something like this. So in my case, I did not change any setting for the installations. So it gives me the default username as administrator. The password is basically blank. You can just click OK. And then you will see the data management server, which is the vault client from here. This will be the interface. So over here is where you can create new vaults, right? So currently I have three vault files over here. So if I want to create a new vault, I can just go ahead and right click and click create. For this case, let me just name this one as a FL vault. So over here we have the default location. So by default, it will save at this location. So if you need to specify a different location, you can just select over here and specify a different location right from here. But for this case, I'm just going to leave it default. Right, so once I click OK, so it's going to create that right over here. So once your the vault has been created, so the next things that you might want to do is set up the user and the role. Right, so I have this vault available now. So to set up new user, you can go to the tools here. So for my case, I have some a bit loading here. Right, so you can go to the tools here, click at the administrator, and over here you can manage and access. This is where you can add a new user. So currently I have a few users down here. If you need to create a new, you can just click new, and then you can specify the name, the account, role, vault, and so on. But be careful not to create too many users because the user that you create over here cannot be deleted. So for example, let's say I would like to delete ABC here. So I don't have the ability to delete, right? You cannot delete user, but you can disable the user. For example, that user is no longer need to have access for the vault. You can disable the user. But from now, I'm just going to edit and create a new one. So for this case, let me just edit and just reuse this slot here. Let's say I'm going to name this one as the Jack, for example. You can put the information over here based on this person's the email, first name and last name. But the things that matter is the accounts, role, and the vault here, right? So the account is where you specify what are the things that they need to input. So the username will be Jack. So if you need to input the password for the Jack, you can just input over here. So again, I don't want to put password over here. So I'm just going to click OK. So the profile has been created for Jacks. And what type of roles that I want to give to Jack here? So this will be the selections. So I can set this to maybe the Jack person is only for view only, or maybe allowed to edit only. So for this case, I'm just going to leave it as administrator. So this person will have access to all of this. So you can see here, we have quite a few. So you can also create your own type of role, which we will take a look later on. And down here, we have the vault. So this will be the vault file that I would like to have Jack to be able to access. So currently, this is the default one. So I'm going to check the new one that I create. So she should have able to access this vault as well. Right. So let me just edit for the add-on as well. So I'm gonna give this one as well, the new one that I have created. This one already created. And now, next thing is, let's say if I have a certain type of role. So currently that we see before is the one that Autodesk already provide. If you want to create or settings the role, you can go to the manage role from here. So this will be the default one that Autodesk already provide. So you cannot delete or edit the role from here. If I double click, so this will be the permission that I can change from here. So if I want to create a new role, so I can just create a new role from here. I can rename that role. So currently I already have the one that I create. So I can just double click to edit. Then I can specify what type of permission that I would like this role to be able to use, right? But for now, I'm just going to leave it as default because I set everyone to administrator. So the next things, the data management server has been set up. And if as the IT or maybe the administrator need to, let's say, backup the server. So what I can do is that I can go to the tools here. They have a backup file, right? For example, maybe they need to save or change the location to different drive, for examples, right? We can use the backup from here, right? And then backup to different path. Then once the backup has been done, then to change or to restore back, they can use the restore button from here. But for now, our server is up and running. So let's take a look at the client. So for the client here, I can just click at the walk basic here. And again, it will open up the login. So this will be the client here. So right now I can log in. So what type of login that I have? So currently I create Jack. So I want to log in as Jack. So I don't have a password. And then the server here, right? So this one, you must make sure that you type in your server name, right? So currently my server is at the same PC, so that will be the local host. So if you have a different server, then you need to type in that server name over here so that this Vault client able to access directly from the Vault from the server. Right, and then what type of Vault that I want to work with. So I have a few ones before. So currently I have created the new, which is the FOL Vault here. So I'm going to use this one. I click OK. So currently I have access into this vault. And the first thing is the first wall. So this one is basically still empty. So I'm going to add a file from here. So what I can do is that I can just go ahead and right click and I can create a new folder or new library from here. So for now, I'm just going to create a new folder. So my vault file or my CAD file will be stored right over here. I'm going to name this one as a, let's say, data application example. If I want to create a new, again, I can create a new folder. If I have a library, I can create a new library from here. Library. Maybe I also have part from content center file. So I can create another library, name this one as a content center. So the next thing is to specify the location for the Vault client. Right? Basically, what happened here when you store the file inside of the server, and then you want to work that particular file will be copied into your client PC. Right? That will be the location that we're going to set. So I'm going to create a folder first. So let me just create a folder. Let's say when I'm copying the file from the server, I would like to place it right on the C here. I'm going to create a new folder and just put it, let's say FOL Vaults. To make it easier for me to see, I'm just going to name the icon here. Okay, let me just use, let's suggest this one. Okay. So this will be my folder that the vault from the server will be copied into this into this location. Right? So to put it on that location, so I can go to the tools here, administrator, vault settings, and over here I need to define a working folder. That will be the new folder that I created before. So define. So I'm going to select enforce consistent working folder for our clients, and the folder will be at the new location here, which is this one. Okay. Can also specify define unique file name options. I'm going to enforce this one as well. And I can now close. So the next thing what I can do is that I can go ahead and go to working folder, which is at this location, to create that folder here. But before that, the setting that we do before is not yet up. We need to sign up first, log out first, then log in yet again. Then it will update the new working folder that we set. So to create this three folder here, I can go ahead and right click and go to working folder. So right now, it's now created file from the content center. I'm going to do the same with the data location, go to working folder, and for the library as well, go to working folder, and the folder is now created into this FOL vault location. Right, so this has been done. So the next things that I need to do is that I can just use AutoCAD or Inventor, and I should be able to use it with the vault running. Right, so probably I'm open up for the Inventor. Let me just running up for the AutoCAD as well. For the AutoCAD should not be a problem when you're using a vault. You have an ability to check in and check out. That one is the same with the Inventor. However, since Inventor work with project, so there are a couple settings that you need to set for the Inventor before you'll be able to use that effectively with the vault. So the first thing is I can create a new one, but before that, I would like to create a project first, which is typed into the server. So create new project. Here, I'm going to name this new project here. The setup will be the new vault project. So the name is FOL vault. So the workspace here or the working folder you can set anywhere, but I would recommend for you to set at the working folder or location that you create before, which is typed to the vault, which is at the vault folder here. I'm going to put it at the I'm going to put at the data location folder. Finish. And before that, you need to check back. So the tab is vault, which is correct already. The workspace here, edit. So should be the correct locations. If not, you can set up from here. I also have a library that I would like to add a path, and this path will go into the library as well. So let me just edit back the path here. Let me just location into locations. It does not like that. So let me just delete this one. Okay. So sometimes when you select a different location, so it will change into single user. So if this happens, then you will not be able to access the vault. So just check back the vault. Right, so now I'm done. You can save that, and then I can now use that. So I can create a new parts from here. And over here, we can see that we have a vault tab. So this one allows us to upload it into the vault. So let me just create a sample file. I'm going to upload it into a vault. So currently, the data management server, we don't need this one anymore. So let me just close, but we do need here. And I'm going to start with what's one sample file. Right, so let's say this is the basics part that I create, and now I would like to save it and upload it into a vault. Right, before you upload, you need to save first. Let me just save this one. I'm just going to leave it as part 1 and hit save. And now I can go to the vault tab. So once I've saved, I have an ability to check in and check out. Right, but before that, you will also would like to have that map into the vault folder. Before you map, you need to have that vault login. So let me just log in from here. So I'm just going to use the new one that I create, which is Jack. And the vault one should be the vault. So right now I have logged in. Just give it a couple of seconds. All right. Now I have the ability to check in, but before that, I would like to also map folder. So this one will allow to have a link from the vault server into my vault client. Right? Will be the root location. So the root locations I'm going to edit and specify, let's say the dollar working folder here, or cannot do that. So let me just specify the data locations. As for the content center file, I'm going to add it content centers. Then if I have a library, so I did not set a library before, so I don't have that. But if I set, I can specify the location library from here. Right? But for this case, I'm just going to leave it as default. And I can click OK. Now I can check in this file. Checking basically, I'm uploaded into the vault server. So currently I have a few options as well. I'm going to untick this one first. This will be the list of items that I will be uploaded. So I can click OK. Now when I open up my vault server, I should be able to see it right here. If you don't see it, you can refresh first. Now I have this file available from here. So here I can check the history. So if you have made some changes, you can check the history from here. Which version, this version is created by who, check in when. You can select if this part has a link between another part. So this one is quite useful if you have assembly file, for examples. Then if you want to view, you can also use the view here. So right now, let's say I would like to make changes. So this file is now checking inside a vault. So if I need to use this file to edit, I need to check out this file. So I'm going to check it out. Then I'm going to make some changes from here. Let's say I'm going to add some fillet. Then I'm going to hit the save, and I'm going to upload them again into the vault. Then checking again. Then it should have a new version inside the vault. That's when we have the new version. Now, what if, for example, I'm checking out this file, and then other people would like to use the file, right? So if you check out this file, means other people that currently have access to this file can still open this file, but they cannot do some editing, right? For example, currently this file is being checked out. I'm going to sign in as a different person. Let me just sign in as Adam. Right, so currently Adam can have access to this file, but if they need to make some changes, they need to check out, they need to check out first, right? So if I go into the vault here, so I don't have an ability to check in and check out because other people is actually using this file, right? Basically, the current people that use is Jack. So if I go back here, so I can see that this file is currently not yet be able to check out. So if I want to check who used this file, so I can go ahead, right click, and I can select details, and I can select and see. So this file is actually not available. So let me just refresh first. Let me just go into the detail here. So currently it's being checked out by Jack. So Jack need to check in first, and only then I should be able to use this file. So let's sign in as a Jack. Now Jack still using this file and maybe want to do some editings. Once done, so Jack can check in. So let me just save as well. And then if Adam would like to log in and check this file, he should be able to use it now. So if I go back to Vault, so now Adam should be able to check out and do the editing for this one. Right, so again, let's take a look back at the Vault here. You can see the next change that we made here will be updated, and then you can refer back previous version from here. Right, maybe I'd like to view this file. So again, I can go to view. I can click and it will open up for the Autodesk viewer, which I can use view with the 3D view. Basically, I have now able to view only. But from here, I should be able to only view. So that is how we can check in and check out. However, if for some reason you already have a project file created before, and now you want to bring it inside a Vault. So let's do that. So from here, let me just close this one, and I would like to open up a new Vault. So let me just find back that file location. So let me just extract this one first. Right, so from here, I have a table clamp, and I would like to upload it inside a Vault. So first of all, I create a new project first. But from this case, I don't want to create a new project. I want to open the project, the existing one. So let me find that at the location that I have extract. I think it should be this one. Right, so client. Right, so table client has been on. So what I can do now is that I can set this to Vault, save, and go into the Vault here. I can map first. So once the map is already been done, then I should be able to upload everything into the Vault server. So to upload all of the file here, so for example, let me just open this table client first. So this will be my table client. So I have a few files from here, and to check everything, so I can go to the file, Vault server here, and if you scroll down a bit down here, you have the check-in project. So it will check everything. I'm going to select here. And so this will be the list that it will be uploaded into the Vault server. So I'm going to hit OK, and it's now exporting the file. And if I open up my Vault server, and if I refresh, now the file can have access into the Vault. Okay, so currently I uploaded into the Vault using the Adam. But what if I'm using the different PC, right? So currently I'm using Adam and Jack at the same PC. So if I'm using different PC, this file here is currently inside the Vault and not on my local PC. So if I would like to use it, this file into my local PC, right? So basically if I would like to use it, so what I can do is that I can right click and I can select get the file. So basically it's going to download the file into my PC. So currently I have this one file only. So if I click get, you will find the list of the file that it will be uploaded. So currently we only have two, which is this base here and also the assembly file. So let's say if I click the assembly file, I'm going to get, so it's going to get all the files here. So you can see we have 8 files, right? So if you include the children, right? So it will have 8. If include the parent as well. So this one is adapted for parent and children. If you would like to include both of these, so just check and you can see all of the file will be added here. So when I click OK, so it's going to download everything that you can see is now available to open up from my current PC. So that is Inventor. What if I'm using the AutoCAD? So should be the same process. So if I'm using the AutoCAD from here, you should be able to see the vault panel over here as well. So let me just open and create a new file first. That you can see the vault panels. You should be able to have access from here. So all you need to do here is that you can just simply log in. So you don't have to specify project settings and so on. So I'm just going to log in as build, for example. And the vault file should be the FYI vault here. So I'm currently logged in. You can create a new file. Oops, let me just draw over here instead. You can create a new drawing from here. And then once I'm done, I can hit save. And then I can upload this file into the server. So again, to upload, you can just go back to the vault here, and then you can click check in from here. Now I'm going to select the data location from here. So the file is now inside the vault server. And I can go ahead and check back at the vault basic here. Let me just refresh. And now I have this file created before. So then again, when you're using AutoCAD, you will also probably have a previous AutoCAD file created, and then you would like to import it inside of the vault. So you don't want to do it one by one. You can use the same button from here, the vault server. You can select check-in folder, right? Instead of Inventor, it's check-in project. For the AutoCAD, you can check in a folder. For example, my sample file here, I have the AutoCAD file. We have a few AutoCAD UWG file from here that we would like to upload. So we can select based on the folder. So you can select, oops. You can select from the AutoCAD here, so drop down, vault server, and I can select check-in the entire folder. Right, so folder that I would like to check in will be what file here. That will be the AutoCAD file here. So selecting the folder and the target vault locations. Again, will be the at the data location as well. You can create a new folder if you would like to, but I'm just going to leave it as this. Now I can select key, done, and then it will be upload all of the file, right? So you can uncheck if you don't want some of the file. I'm just going to leave it for everything. Right, so once all of the file has been uploaded, you can open up back the vault, refresh, then you should be able to see the folder inside here. So currently, I believe I'm not yet finished. Just okay. We just recheck back at the vault. You should be able to see the folder. All right. So right here, right? So we have the AutoCAD file folder here with the AutoCAD DWG file available from the vault. So that is basically how you use the vault file. Right. So that is all that I'd like to share with you guys. So thank you everyone for joining this free online lessons. So I hope this is useful for you guys. I hope you guys can now utilize the vault inside of the product design and manufacturing collections. Right, so that it will be all from me. So thank you everyone and have a nice day. Bye.